this was our first practice in almost a week because of final exams, and then we'll work out tomorrow, off Sunday, Monday and Tuesday, and then we start to make travel plans for the guys to go home, and then meet up in Orlando on the 22nd. So we're on schedule, having good quality practices, same as last week, getting some young guys some work, and won't be long, and we'll be heading out to Orlando.
You've had an eventful week, but not much you can say about it.
There's a lot going on right now with this early sign-in period. Quite a bit different than it was for forever. So it'll be interesting. I think it's a positive. I would expect to sign 23 or 24 players, maybe have one left, but got to move a lot. Can't stay in one place very long with the way the recruiting calendar is set up.
When the word is you've really fallen in love with the helicopter.
Only way to go. Cover a lot of ground. Don't have to wait in traffic, and it's definitely the best way to recruit, in my opinion.
What made you come up with the helicopter idea?
Well, I got to have something new, right? You got to keep working, but you know, traffic's an issue in this state. The players that we have that I was going to see are spread out. Helicopter gave me a chance to start at 7:15 in the morning and finish at 5:30 and see every player. And then in Dallas, in major cities, there's you can get more work done in one day than you could in 3 days if you're in a car driving in all the traffic.
Do you wish they'd move the signing day a little bit to adjust, or do you?
I think it's good. I originally I would have voted for a July 1 signing day, as well as the December 20. But the December 20th will allow somewhat more of a level playing ground in recruiting. So I think it's a good move. It just puts a lot of stress on us during the month of December.
Is it tough to game plan whenever you're kind of going through both sides of that?
Not really. It's just the amount of time that you can spend with the young men you're recruiting and their families and or their coaches, and then game plan and also be with our players. You know, it's just tough to be in all those areas, but you know, you find a way to do it. And once you get through yesterday, makes it a lot smoother because we're into a quiet and or dead period at that time.
Coach Sutton used to talk about how finals was really hard, getting them back in when you got them back out on the court. You got them back on the field today after a full week of finals. What'd you think? Much
different than it was when he was coaching. The arrangements in class and the academic support staff that we have in place, so much different than it ever was. These guys are prepared. You know, we have 23 players that are walking in graduation, and the majority of them are four-year graduates. It's so much more organized than it ever has been that I don't see it to be an issue like it used to be.
So you thought the focus, practice, you liked what you saw out here today?
Yeah. These guys are, they're used to it, and the truth is, some of them only have 2 finals. You know, we used to have 5 or 6 finals, and things are set up much differently than they ever have been before, and they just don't have the workload on the finals week that we used to. Any student, not just athletes. It's just changed the way things are set up compared to what it was years ago.
You have so many big-time seniors on this team. What's the big motivator you think across the board for them going into the bowl game?
Well, they're very competitive and they care about each other. And one thing they've learned in our culture is to compete. Make a difference what your record is, what your opponent's record is if we're going to play a game, then we have an obligation to each other to compete, and that's always been the motivation for our guys.
In your mind, how big is the first 3 straight 10-win seasons? There's not too many things that can be accomplished that haven't been done in this program, but that's one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think they're important. You know, as I mentioned, I think it's important you prepare and compete. You know, we talked a week ago about potential high-round players not playing in a game, and you know, it actually caught me off guard because I had not thought about it. And so I think the most important thing is for them to put their time and effort in, and focus on what stage we're at in preparation. Like now, finals are out, so that's kind of a cut loose time for most college kids. But it can't be for our guys because we have 3 more quality practices before we have to leave. I think that they understand the commitment and they're loyal to each other, and that's where we have to hang our hat. But I am I'm convinced that they understand they have a chance to do something that not any group has ever accomplished before.